Hello everyone, this is Aditi Bhala. I'm here to talk about my new project, the chatbot for automating the customer care, which I have done under the Human Factors in AI to Duke University. It is a continuation of my previous project as well. So the review criteria is for this project is I need to do the analysis of task, the problem which I've selected, what are the pain points of the customer, and what are the insight of the task analysis. Then I have to work towards the user experience design, how user can interact with our solution, and how we can take care of the user input, transparency, and communications uncertainty. Then we need to look towards any privacy considerations are there for a chatbot and any ethical considerations are there for a chatbot. So the problem statement which I am talking today is about the chatbot for the e-commerce platform. So e-commerce platforms are supported by the customer agent or customer query through live chat, calls, and email. And managing everything is a pain point for any business. So business communication is done in the 21st century through telephone, messenger, email, and website. A major drawbacks of these communications are we need an extreme high resource requirement to handle all the queries. And some website till the date doesn't entertain the two-way communication. It just give you one form to fill and the customer care will get back to you when they feel to be in touch with you with their query resolution. The solution here is a chatbot, which is called the conversation user interfaces. It enables two-way communication between the business community and consumers. They are not meant to replace humans, but to augment them. So benefits of chatbot, they are efficient, quick, higher ROI, can scale up quickly, available 24/7, reduce trivial inquiry, and focus on product sales, free up creative resources, can sell product and services, assist your website visitor, and can provide technical support. Two types of chatbots are AI-based chatbot, rule-based chatbot. Rule-based chatbot, also known as the directed chatbot, in which there are certain inputs are there and the user has to choose one of the scenarios. According to that, chatbot can direct the user. So chatbot selection, we have selected the hybrid model where we can consider both the AI-based chatbot and rule-based chatbot. For including AI power, we can use the pre-trained model like ChatGPT API. So factors in considering AI bot versus rule-based chatbot. So pros and cons of AI bot are that AI bot can understand the natural language. It can learn vocabulary by use. It is multilingual by design. The cons, it's costly. If you're using non-standard vocab, need tons of data to learn from, and can get easily confused. So pros and cons of rule-based chatbot are pros, easy and cheap to deploy, only offer relevant choices, multilingual by design. Cons, rigid, good upfront design, require ongoing maintenance. So for the business understanding, our target customers are any potential customer who wants to inquire about their account, order, business deal, and any technical support. The pain points are instant query resolution, call waiting time, chat waiting time. Opportunity is we can provide a chatbot for an e-commerce platform who can provide the instant resolution to the customer. Customer can be segmented into various segments, and accordingly we can form the data on which we need to train the model. So segment can be The customer who wants to have access to their account information instantly, who wants to perform updation to their account, who wants the technical support for the product, who wants to talk to live agent belonging to different geographical location, who want to track their order, who want to purchase a new item. So these segment can make a base for a knowledge-based system, which can include existing database, FAQ section of the website, and document providing the information of their business. Under chatbot task analysis, the user are existing and new customer wants to explore a product, task getting query resolved in real time. Insights, our current model has the option to reach out to the live agent if the query is not resolved by chatbot. If used extensively, this can be a failure of chatbot as it is not able to resolve more customer queries. So training, building, and testing a model with the extensive data can make a model more powerful. So if we talk about the steps coming under the task, are the customer is getting triggered with their query. He is going to the website, app, or any medium from where it can contact their customer service. So he will be sending the query to the chatbot. Chatbot sends the query to the pre-trained ChatGPT API, and chatbot gets the response from the API with match or no match status. If match, chatbot sends a reply to customer. If no match, chatbot transfer the conversation to live agent. Live agent solve the customer query and send the resolution to knowledge base to retrain the ChatGPT API if satisfied with the query resolution. Objective: optimal number of customer query resolved within optimal time by reducing the churn rate and increasing the customer retention rate. So if we talk about the user experience and considering the AI specific factors, so we can talk about first user inputs. So queries can be asked in the form of natural language or rule-based desired options. So the mockup on the right is showing that bot is talking to the user and using the rule-based model to interact with the user with a specific set of topics. At the same time, the bot is able to understand the query in NLP. This way, bot is using hybrid model based on rule-based and AI model. Second point in user experience is transparency. So we can provide the certain transparency to the user where it is not implicit to understand the flow. Example, when showing some jeans option the user to buy, the model can show that it is based on your last purchases as shown in mockup. The third point is communicating uncertainty. So when there is an uncertainty, so you need to inform your user that what is your probability of happening a certain event. Like if the user wants to track their order, then the bot can inform the user that there are 50% chances to reach your package tomorrow. Fourth point is feedback loops. Feedback loops can be explicit and implicit. Explicit, at the end of each conversation, we can explicitly ask the customer to read the conversation. Implicit, one of the implicit feedback could be user churn rate. We should find out the solution, retain a model, retrain a model accordingly when and why users are leaving. So when we are talking about the privacy consideration, so AI chatbot should never take user data unless it is required for the conversation. It has to be protected under the data protection laws, which are being according to the location like GDPR for EU customer, CCPA for California customer. Any data collected should be collected with the consent of user. Users should have full right to refuse if you don't want to share the data. And in spite of asking about the data, if not needed, We should try to know customer by their actions. Data privacy laws for the chatbot could be GDPR for EU customer, National Federal Law for USA customers, and CCPA for California customers. And obligations, legal actions, losing trust of users, losing your reputation. Ethical consideration and sources of bias are representation and learning bias. It might possible we have trained our model on the basis of certain series of user queries rather than wide range of queries. So there are some biases in the learning model which will always insist bot to answer in a certain way. Deployment bias. It might possible while deployment, we haven't tested and gotten the feedback from the user. And we have deployed in the isolation. Third sources could be feedback loop bias. If we are always recommending the product each and every time, the same product on the top of the list, and forcing the user to buy the same product, so that can also create bias in the model. Now, 3 goals of the ethical AI are transparency, fear, and accountability. Transparency, users should be aware that they are interacting with a chatbot and not the human being. Users have visibility into the data collected and model functioning. Fear, biases in the data can lead to biased decision and responses from chatbot. Developers must ensure that their chatbot are trained on diverse and representative data to avoid bias and discrimination. Accountability. AI chatbot should be accountable for solving query and should be able to recognize when the user needs human support. Ultimately, the bot should be accountable for solving the query and making sure if any data is collected, it is collected with the user consent and compliant with the privacy policies. That's all for my project. Thank you.